All right, guys, how's everyone doing? This is Hala Pablo. Thank you for tuning in. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's see where we are as of right now. Now I have the net unrealized profit loss chart on the bottom, or indicator rather, and it's showing that we still have a little bit of we have some wiggle room to go before we're in the serious overbought territory, like it showed here back in February of 21, where we had this top here. Um, Now, this came out of a 5 drive on the macro, kind of similar to what we're seeing now. Notice that these reaccumulation ranges are getting tighter and tighter as this thing climbs. Same thing we saw back here. What is this, 2017? Yeah, December of 17 to a low degree. It also called the top here. This is sell. This red line is sell. You're overbought. Sell, sell, sell. Same thing here. It called this area. Yeah, this thing is a pretty reliable indicator. Again, it's the NUPL, or the net unrealized profit and losses. So it's kind of a useful tool to have just to measure the overbought, oversold sentiment, the net profit and losses of investors determined by fear and greed. So and then as you see, it also calls the bottoms. See, it's called the bottom here, called the bottom in here back in March of 20. Had you bought down here, then you would have been a happy camper, right? I mean, look at that. Look at that drive, and then again, and then here. So this whole area, these two areas, three areas rather, and then of course here, when Bitcoin went down to 15,000, 16,000 back in January of 23, it faithfully called this bottom as well. So this thing is pretty doggone reliable. And so once we get up past the 70, this top resistance, purple resistance. That's where we're on dangerous ground, as you see here, and then back here where the price hit the 70 mark, and then the same way the bottom, when it goes beneath zero, that's where historically we've seen the bottoms come in. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. We're not quite up in the 70s yet, but we're at 55.8. So we have some wiggle room. Like I was talking to my group, I uploaded this and shared it with them. So and that would fall in perfectly with this push, this ending diagonal, which usually caps off at a five wave on an Elliott impulse. And so I think we have more to go. I think that if we run a fib extension off this last reaccumulation range, I think it puts the 618 up around 134 grand. You see right here, this is feasible. I think anything above this macro trend resistance line is kind of, you're definitely into overbought territory, as we saw here, in here, and also here. But that last push is going to be a FOMO push, and it could go up to the 2. It could go up into the 140s. That would bring it up into the 2 fib extension, and even the 272, which is 144.7, and the 2618 is 150 G's. $150,000 Bitcoin. That's if it takes it all the way up. That would be quite the FOMO drive, and I think it would be incredibly overbought at that point. I mean, you just got to be nuts to buy it up there. But but we could see something reasonably $130,000, $135,000 Bitcoin, and then look for the retracement, and kind of like we saw here, we look for that gargantuan ABC correction down. But that's a ways off still. Like I said, we still have wiggle room. This thing is still trending upward, bouncing along the support and resistance, or the macro trend support and resistance of this rising wedges. Rising wedges break eventually. All the parties have to come to an end. I'm not prognosticating when the party's going to come to an end. I'm just saying that eventually it will. So be very careful. Don't get caught up in the in the FOMO when that happens. That's about it for this video. I want to keep these short and sweet. I'm going to be releasing in my Discord group my swings, because like when this starts to fall, when this actually drives up past the or in the vicinity of or through the macro trend resistance on here, then and it starts to consolidate, then I anticipate the altcoins really heating up. We see that the altcoins are already heating up, and I have several positions that I'm eyeing. Most of these are an average of 5%. They've marked up over the past few hours. Bonk, Arkham, Rose, which is Oasis, and let's see, Big Time, and there's a few of them. Aerodrome Finance, and Onyx Coin is a good one, and I'm also looking at SUI. This is IMX, and XRP is bullish. So just to kind of give you an idea of XRP, yeah. So XRP is looking like it's going into its own ending diagonal, which should reasonably take it up into this fib extension area. And so if we just prudently watch these things along the confines of the 200 and the 400 day moving average, then we should be pretty safe along with the volume. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to get into these positions as Bitcoin continues to climb this ladder here, and the NUPL works its way up ever so incrementally towards the 70 here and into the overbought territory. All right, guys. So that's all I got. We'll talk to you guys later. This isn't financial advice. You already knew that. It's good to be back. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Be safe in the markets. None of this is financial advice. Adios. Take care. Bye-bye.